The Knights of Ren are probably one of the most mysterious things about the new Star Wars movie, Star Wars The Force Awakens. And the thing is, we really didn't get to know much about this group. All we heard about it was basically Snoke saying that Kylo is the master of the Knights of Ren, and we got a glimpse of them, and they consist of at least 6 members. But yeah, we got a glimpse of the Knights of Ren during Rey's Force back, or Force flashback. So basically, this group is very mysterious, and I believe people thought they were going to get answers for who the Knights of Ren were in Star Wars Episode 7, because they saw them in the trailers, but we didn't get any answers. But apparently, it's been confirmed that they're going to play, a big role in Star Wars Episode 8. So in the holiday season of 2017, we'll finally get our answers, but that's a really long time away. So here I'll be speculating on the two possibilities of who the Knights of Ren might be. So the first possibility is the Inquisitors, and I find this theory very interesting. Now, the Inquisitors were basically these dark side users, dark side force sensitives that were trained by Darth Vader. They weren't Sith, they weren't full Sith, but they were kind of affiliated with the Sith because they were trained by Darth Vader, and they were trained specifically to hunt down and kill the remaining Jedi that survived Order 66, which of course is Kanan and Ezra, which are, those are the main Jedi they're hunting for, because they are in the Rebels TV season, which does focus around Kanan and Ezra. So the Inquisitors, well, I don't watch the Star Wars Rebels series, but I have learned about the Inquisitors, and they seem like very interesting characters. They wield double-sided lightsabers, or saber staffs, and they have kind of a spinning hilt, which is a very interesting weapon. So the Inquisitors, basically how it goes is, the theory is that after the Empire fell, the Inquisitors then evolved into the Knights of Ren. They were kind of left stranded without their master Darth Vader, so Snoke found them and took them and trained them as his own, renamed them the Knights of Ren, or maybe they decided to rename themselves the Knights of Ren. It would make sense that Kylo Ren is their master, because they did kind of idolize Darth Vader, and it's been confirmed that the Knights do idolize Darth Vader. It's not just Kylo Ren. So they were trained by Darth Vader, so it makes sense that they kind of idolize him. So it makes sense that they put Kylo Ren in charge as kind of a replacement to Vader. They replaced Vader with his grandson once Vader was killed. So, this is a very interesting theory. I think it could be true. I think it could also play well into a new Star Wars TV series, like a new animated series, about possibly Luke's new Jedi Order, or Jedi Academy. People have made speculation videos on this TV series. I really want it to happen, and personally, I could see something where this TV series focuses on Luke training Ben Solo, and the main antagonists of the series are the Knights of Ren, and they are the Inquisitors involved into the Knights of Ren, but Luke and Ben and the rest of the Jedi don't know who they are, but they still fight them, and then eventually Ben learns their origins through Snoke, and he eventually joins them and replaces Vader as the leader of the Knights of Ren, who were formerly the Inquisitors. So that is the theory. There's one more thing to know about the Inquisitor theory, is that Ezra Bridger, who is of course the main protagonist of the Rebel series, he might possibly fall to the dark side, and Benicio del Toro might be playing an older version of Ezra in Star Wars Episode 8, so it would be interesting if Ezra were to fall to the dark side, become one of the Inquisitors, and eventually a Knight of Ren, and appear in Star Wars Episode 8 as well. So the second theory is that the Knights of Ren are a group called the Acolytes, and in the Star Wars canon novel, which is Star Wars Aftermath, which describes the events after Star Wars Episode 6, and it's naturally the aftermath of the Galactic Civil War, what happens after the Empire falls, and there are these 3 cloaked figures that purchase Darth Vader's lightsaber, and I don't remember the exact quote, but it goes along the lines of, "We are the Acolytes, we are not violent, at least not yet." So they say they're not violent, at least not yet. So they're kind of peaceful right now, but they might get violent, is basically what they're saying. And they buy Darth Vader's lightsaber to, destroy it so it can join Darth Vader in the afterlife. So they seem to kind of idolize Vader, and they seem to they kind of like almost worship him, and it would make sense if the Acolytes were the Knights of Ren, and there's a few things pointing to this. One, the Knights of Ren aren't shown to be holding lightsabers. Kylo is the only one with a lightsaber, which might suggest that they aren't Force sensitive, which would make sense because the Acolytes weren't really Force sensitive. They didn't seem Force sensitive. And it would also make sense because if the Knights of Ren were all Force sensitive, why put Kylo Ren in charge? I mean, he's definitely powerful in the Force, but he's not fully trained. He could be beaten by Rey, who wasn't trained at all. So why not put a more experienced Force sensitive dark side user in charge? Unless he's the only one who has the power to wield the dark side. Plus, the Acolytes seem to worship Darth Vader, and if they find the grandson of Darth Vader who joins them, they would almost kind of worship him in a sense too, so they would naturally put him in charge of the group. They could kind of be used as soldiers for Kylo Ren, and they would serve him just as they would want to serve Darth Vader. So those, I think, are the two most likely theories of who the Knights of Ren are. There are a few more scattered theories out there about who they are, but personally I think these are the two theories that are probably the most likely, and I pretty much believe either one could be true. I'm kind of leaning towards the Acolytes one, because I think they do share more similarities with the Acolytes, but I could see either theory coming true in Star Wars Episode 8. So that was just kind of a recap of the two theories of who the Knights of Ren were. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you want. There'll be more content coming up soon, and I will see you all next time.